Testing, Mike. 1, 2, testing. Yeah, the great one. Can you hear me? All
Mm-hmm.
right. Welcome to
Yeah.
episode 177 of the Barz and Shotz podcast. You got myself, Flaw 700, and you got Ant, the great one. What's going on, man?
What's good, bro? How you feeling?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you? How are things on your side, man?
We got the peaks and valleys, man. I'm in the valley right now, but I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna complain.
Yeah. Part
Man.
of life. Part of life. Just this is what makes us stronger, harder, smarter. It's chapters. When you read in a book, there's chapters in it where you go like, I wonder how they're going to get out of this, and then they get out of it. But then you know what happens? Something else comes. And then you got to figure out how to get out of that, and that's life until the day we die. I like to make
Word.
jokes about it. It's like wrestling, bro. You got to kick out 1, 2. Oh, he got his shoulder up. He's still in it. He's still
This
in it,
shit don't
baby.
let up though at all. This shit do not let up at all. As soon as you get through one,
Yeah.
it's right like bang, bang, bang. Like so,
New levels, new
I'm just
devils.
thankful. Just thankful I'm able to physically be able to meet these challenges and shit, know what I mean? But not gonna lie, physically, emotionally and mentally, I'm a little drained right now. Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
But I'm ready.
honestly,
I'm ready to pot.
ready to pod. This is I mean, you're a soldier, and you ain't got nothing on your plate you can't handle. Finish the breakfast. Episode
I don't eat
177.
eggs.
You don't eat eggs. I ain't saying anybody no eggs. I ain't saying.
You said finish the breakfast. I don't eat eggs.
Yeah.
Niggas be looking at me like, what? Nah.
What's wrong with eggs though? That's kind of like that's like a
They're
superfood.
nasty.
Unless you vegan.
They disgusting.
Does it matter for scrambled, fried? Does it matter?
Fried, egg, boiled, fried. I don't. Like when you go to hibachi and they doing the fried rice and they
Yeah.
throw the eggs in the rice. I don't eat the rice. I be so mad.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
So,
Episode 177. So let's get into it. Man, where would you like to start? Would you like to start from a recap of last week? Just a continuation of the Nas project. Travis Scott dropped some new music, which kind of opens the door to numerous of topics. So it's up to you where you want to start.
nobody want to talk about that trash ass Nas album, man.
Well, no, okay. So let's make it quick. So at the end of the day, from my understanding is the Nas Magic projects are basically songs left off King's Disease, and King's Disease is actually the project, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like King's Disease is the Grammy award-winning album, 2-time Grammy nominated project. You know what I'm saying? Like King Disease 1 won the Grammy. King's Disease 2 was nominated, but King Disease 3 was like probably better than all three. So that's the vehicle. And what Magic is well, we got some records that didn't make the cut. Let's put it out. So if you listen to Magic and you like, well, it's not for me, then obviously it wasn't good enough for the projects either. So I mean, everybody agrees. But if it's a Nas project, you got Nas fans who, if Nas is rapping, they like it. So people win. You get what I'm saying?
That first Magic was dope though. Yeah, the first Magic was dope though. I love that whole album top to bottom.
But it could have been dope
this
by
second
mistake
one,
though. Like it could have been, but think about what Magic was: leftover songs that didn't make the King Diseases. So,
but it was still dope though. Just how I came on the intro song, all them joints from the top to bottom, bro. That whole project was dope. So I thought he was gonna pick up sonically from that lane. You know what I mean? He just went somewhere else with it. You know what I mean?
well,
I can't get with it. I listened to it again too. I just
yeah.
It's not for me.
So going forward, if you do see a Magic 3, just know is what didn't make King Disease 4.
So you still getting that?
That's it. I mean, he can't retire off Magic 2, fam. No.
Nah,
He can't retire off Magic 2. I'm not saying I don't like the project. I like the project, but I understand if the listeners or just fans, because you got Nas fans, you got fans of hip hop, and then you got people that just waiting to hate on Nas. That's just not how I want my man to go out. I don't want to go out that way. So drop that King Disease 4. And at the end of the day, though, I remember coming up, a lot of artists would say, yo, when I hit 30, I'm gonna just stop rapping. And I don't think that that's possible for some people, especially if you're just nice. If you can just go into the studio and you don't need the money, you don't need nothing. You just like, yo, I got stories from when I was 25. I just never wrote because it wasn't,
Right.
and if I can
And then,
remember them,
it's kind of old habits die hard too. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to break out of that routine every day, going to the studio, especially if that was been your profession for the last 20 something years. I would imagine it'd be really hard to just stop cold turkey. You know what I mean? Like,
especially if you're nice. I
right.
got my own
Especially if
label.
you're nice.
I got my own label. I don't got to answer to nobody. I can write. I think what can get frustrating in music is when you have to write. You have to create certain songs that you don't fit. We come from that era where a lot of the artists where you knew where, hey, the label put the pressure on them to make this type of record. This wasn't the record
Yeah.
I think that they would have made. So now you look at Nas' career, you look at artists, their career, the ones that are like 30 years in, and they have the ability to do whatever they want to do. You can hear that, hey, this is easy. This is nothing. I can just do this all day. This is easy. It's light work.
It's
But
really not no pressure either.
yep, no pressure at all. I can just do what I want. And if y'all like it, y'all like it. I don't care. Like you really think Nas is on IG checking? Oh damn. These niggas ain't like this one. He don't care. He don't care if you like for me, I wouldn't care if you liked it or you didn't. I don't think that you should seek out those that just like you because you would then have to give the energy to those that don't. I just think that put
Right.
the project out. If you're happy with a project, put it out, put it on the social medias and just go about your life, bro. But if you sitting on social media, damn, they didn't like this one. That's just you putting yourself in like a emotional, stressful bag, and that's not the energy. If I was to drop a project, I would just let it go, and it is what it is. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't on there checking for it. But
I think that comes with time, though. I think the newer
maturity is,
artists do that. I think that the older statesmen don't do that, though. I
yeah,
mean,
if you young, you want to look at all the comments because you want people to like you when you're young. Like, bro,
right.
get off the socials, bro.
Yeah.
Not everybody gonna like your project, and that's when you get the arguing back and forth with people you don't know. But
Yeah, that just make it bad.
speaking of sonically, and I know you mentioned Sonic, and Sonic has been kind of like the theme. And I put in our little text thread of I want to talk about that I finally can understand where we are going musically, right? And everything is like everything evolves, right? But sometimes you could think evolving means we're transforming into something that we've never seen before, at least me. And I'm saying that when I think of hip hop evolving, I'm thinking hip hop is kind of like going back to an era which from where it came. Meaning,
Yeah.
there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, check me out, right? I'm listening to the Travis Scott project. Did you listen to it?
I listened to the one track with Drake.
Right. And we'll get with that. We'll get to that. Well, first off, let me spin back because I don't want to skip no steps. This is how my brain works. I'm in the gym. In the gym I go to, they play just the craziest songs you can think of. Songs that I would never listen to. But if you got young kids in there, they're going crazy over the records. And I said to myself, I said to my brother and my son that was there, I was just like, yo, bro, if you actually took the lyrics off, it's not the lyrics, it's the music, it's the beat that got people hype. Because I don't know nothing these kids are saying. And that was my problem.
Right.
Because when I listened to a project, I would always take something from it. Like, yo, did you hear what he said? Like we used to
Yeah.
magazines to see the quote.
Rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
like,
used to
yo,
have to go rewind and shit.
he
Yeah.
or she said that. Like you heard Remy Ma talking about shoot the air bubble out of
Mhm.
like it was just crazy because they were using their words. Today, necessarily
Right.
they're not. So you could be like, oh, I don't like this record because I can't hear them. So I'm saying, so I put the Travis Scott project on, and from the jump, the music is pumping sonically. What did he say throughout the project? I do not know. Anybody could have been on that project, bro. You could have told me that was ASAP Rocky. You could have told me that was any. I don't know who these guys are. I don't recognize them from their voice. I recognize the features. But don't get me wrong.
Right.
Of course, if Drake comes on, if Andre 3000, I mean, the usual suspects. But a Travis Scott, I'm sorry, people. This is my first time really hearing his voice, like putting the voice and name together. Like if you listen to the radio and like Sicko Mode comes on, you just know what? That's a good song. Nobody's saying, damn, Travis smoked it. Nobody's saying that.
Unless you from this generation and know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The kids, somehow they can hear it. I'm trying to hear what he's saying, and I'm taking nothing from it. It's hard. Maybe my hearing is going bad. So now I'm listening to the project, and sonically, it is one hell of a project. It's kind of like they put all the money into this project. So when I say hip hop is possibly going back from which it came, remember there was an era where it was the DJ was like the main member of the group, Eric B and Rakim, right? But Rakim was like the nicest guy ever. But for some reason, everybody thought Rakim was Eric B. Like, yo, I did like we was young. You thought Eric B was Rakim. Keep it a buck. No, because his name went first.
Right. So you would think that the rapper name go first. You know what I'm saying?
There was a time where the DJ or the producer was getting the credit and the rapper was coming up.
Absolutely. Like the DJ was the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The rapper was like the tag along type shit.
We might be in that era where the producer was pushing the needle now.
But it's been like that though, bro. If you think about it, we not in the era of super producers no more. But remember, we had the super producer era where you had to get that Timberland track, you had to get that Lil Jon track, you had to get that Neptune's track. You get what I'm saying? We kind of was in that for a while.
Well, the reason I can say I kind of disagree because those guys were still rapping. Like Pharrell, all those guys was hot, but they were still rapping. Like you still hear Snoop Dogg, Beautiful. You still knew what he was saying. If there still was a song attached to it. So even when Swiss Beats, so I got to get a Swiss Beats record, but you still knew what that song was. You still like a Manny Fresh. You still knew what that song was about and the guy rapping. So I'm saying, yeah, there was a time like the super producers came up, but the rappers were sticking with them. But now we're at a point where if you don't have a sonic,
you don't need no super producer.
Well, I think you do. That's what I'm getting at.
I just think you need a producer. Like I don't think you need a super producer. Like you remember, like how, like for example, Game first album, he had everybody on there: Timbaland, Eminem, Dre, Cool and Dre. You know what I'm saying? Just Blaze. Like he had hella. I don't think we'll ever get projects like that again.
Well, listen to
I don't think the budget there. You know, they want $100,000 and better.
That's what I'm getting at. Listen to the Travis Scott project. You're not going to like him. Maybe not. But if you listen to the music
is fire.
Everybody's on it. That's what I'm saying. So all those producers you might have named, they might really be on there, bro. He got Beyonce on there. He's got Drake on there.
Beyonce is on his album?
Beyonce is on his album. He's got everybody. Wow. He's got all the producers. Wow. That's what I'm saying. So when we go, damn, there's no hot music dropping, it's because nobody's putting a budget behind a project. But when you do put a budget behind a project, and then you listen to Travis Scott's project, you understand what they're aiming for. It's the music. It's not necessarily him as the artist. For me.
So this is the Utopia album?
Yeah. 21 Savage. Drake, Beyonce, West Side Gun, like, and then the production.
Well, Travis' name been ringing for years, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know his music like that, but I know if he had his own goddamn festival, you know what I'm saying? That means some shit. So I'm this may be his coming out, I guess, like his magnum opus album like that, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
has he ever had a project like this? Has he had a project like this with that many star-studded features?
That's what I'm saying. You and I don't know. We don't know. I just happened to check it out. It wasn't something that, because there's such a drought in music, I'm gonna go, let me just put something on. Because it's a drought in effort, because there has music that's been dropped, but you can tell who is putting a budget behind a project and who isn't. Right? King's Disease was a bunch of songs that didn't make the cut. So technically, for me, you really didn't have a project. Now, the other guy, Gunna, who everybody was just like, oh, no, I listened to it, and it's the same thing. I don't know what he's talking about. But sonically, he got some music. I don't know what this kid is talking about. I kid you not. So musically is the direction of these kids. So if Ant, you listen to a new project, matter of fact, listen to the Travis Scott after this. The first record, you're going to say sonically, I'm telling you that the first song on the album, you're going to go, whoa. I don't even care what he's talking about. I don't remember nothing he said. But the beat, it goes bananas. I'm telling you. That beat go crazy.
So they done tapped into this vibration, man. Like, is it heavy 808s and so they done tapped into that. Yeah.
Think about the little Uzi Vert song, the rock joint.
Yeah,
it says
I want
nothing.
Rock, yeah.
But the beat is so crazy.
My kids love it. My kids love that song. They love it.
Now, for shits and giggles, tell a little joke. But behind every joke, there can be a truth. Where did this all start? And in my opinion, I could be wrong. I know I'm wrong. You know what song got people hypnotized and they don't even know? Juvenile, Back That Ass Up. It has to be. Because as soon as it doom, Juvenile literally said nothing in that record. Can we say that?
He went crazy in that record. He went crazy in that record. He went crazy. I went crazy in the sense, like, not on some super lyrical, like he put it together. No, he made a hit record, bro. He went crazy in that record, talking about women, bro, like about the women he liked and all that. And he went crazy, bro. Don't do that, yo. Don't do that. Do not do that.
No way. Juvenile, Back.
Of course we did, but see, I'm one of them dudes that in my hood, I went and grabbed Juvenile album. Like, I grabbed 400 Degrees, and that shit is one of the best Southern hip hop albums. Period, yo. Overall, like, once you get past the Southern drawedness of it all, like, once you get past if you a New York nigga or if you an East Coast nigga, it may take you a while to get hooked onto it. But I immediately grasped to it because it was fire. Like, the beats was fire. It was
400 Degrees is one of my favorite albums. Period. I'm just saying, as far as content goes, that song right there.
So why? So
hypnosis.
Nah, I can't, bro. I can't because, bro, he put the song out in 98. This almost 30 years. We coming up on 30 years or something in a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, strong, bro. Like, and he can't make another one to save his life.
Still hypnotized. But back to the Travis Scott project. So in that project, we had a Drake verse where he decides to take some frustration out on Pusha and his boss. Apparently, Drake is with chains of Pharrell. I guess he either bought them or he lent them. And
he bought those chains. Yeah, remember those chains he had?
Yeah,
all them colorful ass chains. He bought them for, I think, like $3 million or some shit like that. Yeah,
just to melt it down.
It was worth like $3 million.
Just to melt it down. Now we talked about this before this song even dropped a little bit, right? And we was kind of like, what was the motivation behind Jim Jones going so hard at Pusha T on this list? There's 50 other guys. For some reason, he decided that Pusha T was just his target, right? And we was just like, well, why? Could have been that he had the little a show with Drake, and him and Drake had a conversation, and Drake put the battery in his back? Don't know.
It could have been.
Could have been. We have no because there's no clear reason why Jim just said, "Yo, Pusha don't belong," and like it's 50 guys on there. He's your only op. I don't know. I don't get it. So
go ahead.
Last week
we the only one out of 50.
He the only one out of the 50 you got a problem with? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he the only one. So
because Jim ain't make the list, right?
No, he ain't make the list. That's why people was criticizing Jim. You ain't even on it. So, cool. I get it. We not on the list either, but we criticized the list. So it is what it is. So we was talking last week, I think, or the week before, we was just like, yo, Jim might have won. Pusha didn't even officially drop the song.
Right.
Jim hit him.
He ain't said shit.
Here's how I see it. If I'm Drake, I'm steaming mad that you ain't had the same energy for Jim. Regardless of why you didn't. Pusha might be busy. Pusha might be trying to get away from that rap violent life. But I need to see that same energy with Jim. I need to see that same energy with everybody
I don't think he want that smoke, bro. I don't think he want that smoke, bro. Because he know Jim's serious, bro. He know Jim would get serious with him, I think. You know what I mean? I think Drake was like like we talk about all the time, bro. Before the beard, bro, bitch look like he punch on him or something. So he like an easy target until he back to back niggas. You feel me?
Now,
Until he W freestyle niggas. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you feel about that though? If you Drake, don't you feel some type of way? Like, oh, you just gonna punch on me?
Yeah, I would definitely feel the way. So hence the shots.
I believe so. Like out of nowhere, after Big Brother what's his name? Jay damn, my man from Houston.
Well, we don't know how long we don't know how long Travis had this record either, though.
That's a fact. But why does it come out? If the beef is over, why does that come out?
Why not? Nigga, you want to expose my like? Come on, ain't no what you call it? Remember when what's this nigga name? Push went on Drink Champs. It was like he went no truce and none of that shit. He was saying like no truce. He here for it all. All right, you here for it all, right?
No, but the last time we left this, Jay Prince stepped in and was like it was over. So we really didn't hear nothing.
And yeah, this probably why this shit probably been in the cut for a minute.
And
waiting.
I think we got our answer of the topic we had a week or two ago about when Drake goes, "This is for my dogs." He about to come back out and start knocking heads off. He already said, "I don't know about the other niggas that drop every 3 years," and now he throwing shots at you again. He about to drop bombs
and Pharrell. That's not like what he even got to do with this shit. Like,
so now we know what he's talking about. This is for my dogs. He about to go ham on these dudes. If you're not on his good side. You know what I mean?
I hope this is the kind of album we about to get, man. I hope so. I'm here for it. And this shit supposed to drop in a couple weeks, I heard, right?
Yeah, I think so. Which is why I can't say that this is an old verse. And even if it is an old verse, it still got the thumbs up because it's promotion. It's promotion.
Right.
It's promotion. Right. Yeah, I know what I said. I know what I said. Put it out. Now, let's turn our attention to Mr. Pusha Man. Regardless of what he has, and even honestly, first off, does he need to respond to Drake? Because that one diss he had on him with the black face, like how much more
Adonis, the story of Adonis.
How much more can Pusha
do? I feel like this is a long standing, this is gonna be one of them beefs where they're gonna throw shots at each other for years. Like kind of how like even when Nas dropped Ether and then Jay still came back with the Blueprint 2 on, I mean, that verse on the Blueprint 2 about Nas and shit. It was over after Ether. Like we all knew it was over. Like he's still throwing shots years later. You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be one of them type of things. Right.
If Pusha does not have the energy for Jim, he should let Drake just get his bars off. That's my
because point. If he come back with a record for Drake, he lost all credit. He gonna lose some credibility. He's gonna lose some credibility, bro. Period. That's because I feel. This man was on his block and gave you a whole bitch, what, 30, 40 bars? Yeah. And you ain't giving nothing back. But if he give Drake some smoke after this, bro, I'm gonna have some splaining to do, Lucy.
That's what I'm getting to do. And that's where I think this was a setup by Drake. That's why I think Jimmy was a setup from Drake.
So you think Drake put the battery in Jimmy back? Like, look, man, go ahead, man, get him. You might as well. He easy. He light work.
Let me see. Your fan, first off, you can't beat Drake and then lose to Jim.
Yeah, right. But look, let's put some respect on Jim's name. I know I give him a hard time from time to time, but let's put some respect on his name. He done got better throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? He can rap now. You know what I'm saying? At first he used to couldn't rap. He's a veteran. You know what I mean? And he talked that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Jim has gotten better, but he's not a battle rapper. He's not Pusha T. Jim Jones should not be able to walk into a battle.
He just came at this man whole circumference, bro. Like talking about his brother, all type of shit. Like,
let's keep it a stack though. The reason why Pusha allegedly bowed out is because he told him, don't do me like you did Drake or his consequences. That's why. Let's be real. He outstreeted him, man. He didn't out rap him. He outstreeted the guy.
He and you know Harlem niggas, you know, New York niggas, they fast talk you. They got to get for gab so they can talk you out. Just, you know what I mean? Like,
and Cam said, leave me out of it. So now he got no angles. They outstreeted him, fam. He got no angles. So
I feel like this shit was fucked up from the beginning because his whole rollout was crazy. I get it. It was a flex in Paris. You at the fashion show. Where's the record? Why didn't you put the record out? Number one, where's the response? Where's the response from Jim? Like, come on, bro. This is what you do. You had all this smoke for Drake. All this smoke for Drake. Because 40 told somebody, his bitch, that he had a baby and then told everybody. Like, come on, man.
Yep. That's the thing. That was his strategy. You can't do that with Jim. You say anything about Chrissy, he's coming for you.
They're not playing that.
You say something about
Cam, still won't smoke with Max for that.
Yeah. You say something about Chrissy,
he never going to stop hating him. Bitch. And Max said he touched it in Miami. Bitch, he gonna kill Max when he come home. Damn. He said he touched it in Miami.
So Pusha, if I was you, champ, I'll leave that alone.
Nah, bro. If I was Push, you gotta do something, bro. You can't just sit around. I don't want to hear that you in fashion shows. You worried about, bro. You as a rapper first, bro. You got to get to it, bro.
I hear real. You. All right.
So he gonna lose some credibility with me, man. That's all I'm saying.
It's over. He would have left Jim alone. Leaving Drake alone or replying to Drake would have been okay, because it's not like Jim had
you know what I'm saying?
Jim's criticism of the top 50 would have just went away. Like nobody stays on a topic, but when he dropped that record, it brought it back up.
And then Jim replied was just so immediate, like he was ready, you almost was like a chess move almost, bro. If you think about it, he threw a jab at him on the Breakfast Club, and I think in another place, just to make this nigga bite. He bit it. It had a whole, bro. The whole rollout for Jim was crazy, bro. The freestyle on the corner, like that shit was all dripped up, like.
Yep.
I don't know.
So
Push got some explaining to do.
Cardi B. Shout out to Cardi B. But
Cardi.
There's a little divide on what's going on in the black business streets on how to conduct business. So I want to get your opinion on some things. So something happened where, Cardi B wanted to show support to a black-owned business. But of course, when somebody like Cardi B pulls up, she's not going to pull up to your establishment with regular degglers there. Can't do it, honestly. It's for her own protection.
Gotta shut this shit down, bro.
You gotta shut it down. So it's the black-owned business, and I think it's a nail shop or a hair salon. But at the end of the day, it's in that field. And the owner, a young black lady, was just like, she had to turn down Cardi B because she didn't want to cancel her, her regular customers, not regular people in a bad way, but her regulars,
her normal customers, her normal customers. Yeah.
So don't think of regular as, well, we're just regular people and Cardi's just starting. No, I'm talking about my people.
I got what you're saying,
right?
My normal people, my normal regular customers, usual
customers. And apparently she did that before with a celebrity, and it kind of upset her customers, and she lost customers. So
wow.
So this time Cardi B tried it, which where did Cardi B hear from you from? Might have been a celebrity. So you know what I'm saying?
Instagram.
So what's your thoughts on that though? Like, how would you got a barbershop of Ant, and you got your regular degglers, and you know how barbershops give it up, the conversation. But it's a tour happening, and somebody, Jay-Z, wants to line up. He heard about you. He wants to support black-owned businesses. And I say Jay-Z because I just saw a picture of him in a black-owned business, and somebody took a picture with Jigga Man, and it was like Jay-Z supporting black business.
Right.
So it's a thing because for people to pull up and support black businesses. The thing about celebrities supporting black businesses, that don't mean they want to mob. That don't mean they want to be bothered, but they want to spend their money with you in a way that they can still have their peace. So Jay-Z goes, I want to go get a quick lineup before this show. I heard Ant the Great.
I think that's a bad example. Using Jay-Z, bro, because anybody gonna let Jay in the crib like this. That's Jay-Z. Like, you know what I'm saying? This you got to get up, bro.
But Cardi B,
you got to get up, bro.
Cardi B is.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying this is Jay-Z, bro. This is fucking whole. Like, get up, bro. Get out the check. Like, we get this nigga nappy back, his neck and shit. You know what I mean? Like, He ain't gonna have you cut that shit.
You're not gonna cut that shit. I understand that it's Jay-Z, but the money, but the look is still the look. What I'm saying, right? Because what she's saying is, yes, that's Cardi B. I got appointments and I want to oblige my appointments. I'm saying
that's fire too, but that's fire too, because guess what? Cardi might come there one time and never come back again. You still gotta sustain your business. You get what I'm saying? So I get it from that perspective. Yeah, but if you pissing your regulars off for Cardi, and she might not even come back again, this might be her one and done.
But you just said the same thing about Jay-Z. You just told the guys get out the seat.
But it's Jay-Z. Niggas gonna understand. I don't think it's two different levels, man. It's Jay-Z, bro. Like, get what I'm saying? That's like having Beyonce come through the shop or something. Bitch getting up out the chair, bro.
But I think her energy is. But I think her energy is saying that if it was Beyonce,
she's not there yet. Oh nah. I think
that's what she's saying, though.
I think. Well, I understand it. I get it. You know what I mean? From a business standpoint. These celebrities may not ever come back. They might come get whatever service they getting and never come back again, ever. You get what I'm saying? You still have to sustain your business.
It's not really about them coming back, I think you want the celebrity in your chair for the social media promotion. Because if you go, Cardi B got her hair done or her nails done at my shop, now you expect your business to explode. So as far as you having a barbershop and Jay-Z coming to that barbershop and Jay-Z goes, well, Jay-Z's not going to go because he's not social media suave. But you'll take the picture and say, yo, I had Jay-Z at my barbershop. There's a chance that, I don't really know if men do that. I don't think you'll get more. But I don't think you'll get more people.
I don't give a fuck. Like, I wouldn't want to be running to the barbershop just because I saw a celebrity got his hair cut.
I think it is different for men.
I'm not running. I'm not going to that, but I don't care. I'm going to the same barber I always go to. Like, you know what I mean?
I do think it is
for women. I think it's different. I think it's different for women, like you said, because like it's Cardi B. She the hot one right now. Like you said, she could throw eyes on the product and everything. But I'm thinking from the woman's perspective too. Like, all right, yeah, that's cool. You here, but I can't stop my appointments just because you here. Like, and that's probably was a humbling moment for Cardi too. Like, you know what I mean? She probably was super humble.
She was a nail tech, so it was a nail tech. Nail tech.
She probably was super humbled off that. Like,
I'm sorry, y'all got to reschedule. I'm doing Cardi B. Why? Because I'm running this business.
Listen, bro, you right though, bro. But Cardi B gonna pay the same amount for these nails as this other chick gonna pay. And then after that, if you breaking my appointment for Cardi B, I understand, but I might not be inclined to come back to you. I mean, I get it, it's Cardi B, but bitch,
listen to what you said
about my appointment.
Listen to what you just said
about my appointment.
Listen to what you just said.
I'm Cardi a Gemini, bro. I'm
yeah, of course. Cardi B is gonna pay the same amount for your nails, but also the look can take my business to the moon and get me where I want to be. You got to understand that this is a business.
No, I get that. No, I get it, bro. I get that, though. Well, her customers get that, though. Well, my customers understand.
No, my new customers will get that.
Listen. I gotta bump all of y'all because it's Cardi B. She might got her. Did she pull up by herself, or did she have her little girl entourage with her? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Was it just her to get her service? Was it her people's? All these is contributing factors into what kind of happened there. So now, if I got to bump my whole rest of my day, I got 4 or 5 more people lined up. I got to tell them all they canceled today because of Cardi B. I'm sure they'll understand, but I probably 2 of them out of appointments at least probably be on some bullshit like, yo, fuck Cardi, like, bitch, I need my nails done. Like,
what? How many new customers do I get off Cardi? That's what I'm saying.
Right?
I might have lost
in that field. Yeah.
I'm gonna lose,
but it still depends on if you nice or not, though. You still got to be nice, though. Like, just because a motherfucker go to a soul food spot don't mean the food good. You could just pull up and just, you know what I'm saying?
But
you can pull up just to support it. But if the shit not good,
but aren't you going to bank on yourself though? Like, I'm not going to tell you not to come to my restaurant because I think my food trash today. Nah, hey yo, fam, I make the best mac and cheese. I'm lying, but hey, I gotta suit my.
I gotta get niggas in here. Yeah,
I make the best mac and cheese, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come in here. What you think? That shit hot, ain't it? Like, you gotta really promote yourself.
So Cardi was upset that the nail tech did not want to cancel her other appointments for her.
I don't know if Cardi was upset. It's just the people were they were debating what you would have done. Now, apparently, this young lady did it before, and she lost regular degglers. And regular customers are not a bad thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You want regular customers, but it's still a business. And if I can go from 0 to 60 within a shorter time frame, I need to take that opportunity. Now she did say she did it before.
That's a gamble though, but that's kind of a gamble though. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's I mean, I understand it. It is kind of a risk though. Like, you know what I mean? You risking what you already established just for like banking on Cardi taking you to the next level, basically.
And think about
it, man.
You go to like a
She
barbershop.
can.
But think about it. Yeah, she can. Think about it. When you go to a barbershop or a restaurant and you see pictures of, yo, he was here, she was here, you got a picture with them. It just gives you credibility sometimes.
It builds to it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand that part of it. Like, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There are some people who
adds to the resume.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There are some people who are community based, meaning no celebrities. I'm just here for the community. I get that. I know people that's like that. Like they won't do like over extravagant things. They just want to help their community. Period. Like you can't skip this person because this person has been coming to my shop for 5 years. I get it.
That's the kind of energy I thought Shorty was giving. Like the nail tech person was giving. Like, nah, I know you Cardi and you want your nails done, but you gotta chill. Like, man. Yeah. I can see both sides of it though. I can see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Kind of like, remember back in the day when Oprah went to Paris or somewhere and they didn't want to let her in the store and she was fucking Oprah.
Yeah.
And she went back and like bought the whole fucking store.
Yeah,
shit like that is crazy. Like, that's what that reminded me of a little bit. You know what
I mean? Your man's in there. Dr. Umar Johnson. It's a picture floating around with him and I think her name is Sakushi. What's her name?
I don't know. You got the picture? I think I got the picture. You got it?
I got it, but I don't know how to. I don't really know how to put them. Let me put it in the group chat, I guess.
Nah, yeah, throw it in the group chat. Now I'll share it.
Chat. Yeah. I put it in there. Let me know when you get it. There it is. Boom.
All right.
I'm so sorry, people. Her name is. I just like it's like Sakuchi with the good coochie. It's something like that. It's something like that. For some reason, I can just pronounce the coochie word. But whatever this young lady's name is, she's basically like a porn star. She has an OnlyFans account and she makes very sexually explicit music. Because that's kind of like just the energy of how to get on quick, how to get people's attention. It's just be, with the sexual energy. Let's keep it a buck. If you write you a nice slick 16, it might you're like you could be nice, but it just takes a lot longer to actually get on. But if you come on with the sexual energy, you can get to the top quicker. Kind of like we was talking about with the nail tech and all of that. Like, do you want to work your way up brick by brick, or do you just want to shoot to the top? Funny thing though, Ant, you and I are from the city of Trenton. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's them right there. You and I are from the city of Trenton, and the how I came across this young lady was she came to Trenton, and she actually performed.
Yeah,
she performed, and it was just about.
Oh, this Sukiyana.
Sukiyana, yep, Sukiyana.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Sukiyana, there you go.
Okay.
Suki with the good coochie. That's her name, or rap name, whatever. But yes, it's Sukiyana. I don't know where she's from. She came to Trenton to perform, and I'm just like, who's this? What is this? It was just very, graphic lyrics, and the women were going crazy over her sexual explicit lyrics.
Right. She be on Instagram going crazy, TikTok and shit going crazy. Yeah. She don't play. Yeah.
So obviously she's on a mission to accomplish her goals one way or another. So meeting up with Dr. Umar kind of throws me off. Because I don't see Dr. Umar understanding. I can see him saying that it's possibly the black man's fault why she's like this, which I'm not going to debate with him on that.
So wait, they met up, or this just like a picture of them?
It's a picture, but obviously maybe there was let's just hypothetically say there was a conversation that happened, a meeting, right?
I would probably be, yeah. Part one happened.
Because why? Because he has to know who she is. Like, she would know who he is more than he would know who she is, right? That's Dr. Umar. If you're not in tune with what's happening in his youth movement, what would he know? Like, I only know this young lady because she came to Trenton, and I'm like,
she came to the town. Yeah,
she came to the town. I would not know this young lady. and I don't listen to her music. So I'm saying she would know who Dr. Umar was because he's been hot in the streets before she was.
Right, for years.
You heard of him. Yeah. You heard of him one way or the other.
He's been on the Breakfast Club. He been on national syndicated shows and things like that. Yeah.
So for them to meet up and for him to know who she is, they had to have a conversation going. For me, I just think that it's kind of early in her career to meet with a Dr. Umar, because for me, the conversation with Dr. Umar could be, you know, hey, Queen, you know you better than that, in my opinion. And I don't know if she's ready for that conversation because there's a bag that has to be had.
Right, and she ain't got to it yet.
You didn't get to it yet. So why do you meet up with Dr. Umar?
I think because I think on some real live shit, from what he speaks about a lot, you know what I'm saying, in regards to black people, us black people, the image and the energy that she's given can be viewed as detrimental to black women. I'm not saying that with any malice at all or any ill will. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? She's vulgar. You know what I'm saying? She's a little vulgar. You know what I mean? And I think she, you know, in the age we are now with TikTok and all these reels and these little short videos and things like that, she has the ability to captivate some young minds, some young little girl minds, especially who probably look like her. You know what I'm saying? So I think if they did have a conversation, it would have been along the lines of him letting her know of the power she has as a potential role model. You know what I mean? Maybe
I would agree.
Giving her some game. You know what I mean?
I would agree with that. I just think it might be too soon for her. Because like we just said, I haven't got the bag yet. You want the bag, then you want to change. Let's keep it a buck.
But listen, but you're right. No, you're right. You want to get what you want first, then you want to, but I think where he is as an I want to call him an activist. I will call him a he's a Pan-Africanist, but I don't know what you want to call him. For what he stands for and how he speaks about black people, I feel like he would have been like, well, I tried. You know what I'm saying? I tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely could see that because
I'm gonna send the flower. I'm gonna see it out there just to see what happens, and you know, just let her know niggas is here for her and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? He got 2 wives now, so I don't think it's on that level. You know what I mean?
He might want somebody to join.
He got 2 wives, bro. Like,
but I'm thinking, and also we're going off a picture, bro. They might have just been like, "Hey,
right,
Umar, take this picture with me." They took the picture and moved on. It's kind of like
like you said, she know who he is.
Right. He don't know who she is. He just taking a picture with a regular dangler. He don't know.
He probably know, bro. Come on, man. Like he was caught up in a scandal. He remember a couple years ago, he was caught up with a scandal from some stripper in Miami, the conscious stripper. Remember that shit? So he know who she is.
Hey, men ain't perfect. Men ain't perfect, man.
Hey, and that's what he said. And that's exactly what he said. I'm not perfect. I'm flawed, bro. Like, so I think he knows who she is. And I think if they did meet and have a conversation, it was most likely initiated by him on some just letting her know who she is, you know, what kind of power she has and what can she do with her power. Probably giving her some little gems and jewels along the way, like this how you conduct yourself and shit like that.
Right, because you usually don't see people you usually don't see people change their energy until something is accomplished. And I don't really know what.
But you don't got to walk around this as soon as you get to London talking about you want this pussy stretched and all that. Though, like that's a little extreme. I get it, man. But listen, man, we got nieces, we got kids. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on YouTube, them little videos be popping up and stuff, bro. You be imagine how much my kids watch soccer videos all day long. Just on their videos, just imagine the kind of grown-up shit come over there. Like, get what I'm saying? So
I agree with you, but I'm just saying this is how she's.
It's too soon. Now it's too soon.
I think it's too soon for her to be like,
it is.
Dr. Umar's right, and I'm wearing a turtleneck for him.
I'm about to change my ways now. Yeah.
I'm wearing a turtleneck from here on out, and I'm deleting my OnlyFans account because at the end of the day, I believe, and if you got kind words for somebody, you got to show them the avenue on how to replace the income because it makes money.
He's an elder. Yeah, so exactly. Like, so what you gonna do to help me get some money then? Like, this is how I get money.
Right?
Like how I'm supposed to take words.
But what I'm gonna do with my OnlyFans account, what I'm gonna do with my sexually explicit lyrics, that's what's got me where I'm at. So
they playing my shit on TikTok crazy. Like they keep reposting my shit. Like I get it, but I feel like Dr. Umar did his job though. If this what that was, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what it would have been.
I definitely want to get to the Whack 100 Boosie Kodak Black 6ix9ine situation real quick, fam.
Hey, what is bro? What is going on, man? Like, so hold on, real quick.
Okay,
did
shit off?
Did Tekashi pay $1 million for Kodak to get on the track?
So apparently, Whack 100 he works with So okay, so here's the backstory. Here's what I know. Here's what I saw. I don't know. Here's what I saw. 6ix9ine was excited to tell the world that in the first time since his release, a street rapper has agreed to do a record with him and Kodak Black. For some reason, either they asked Boosie or Boosie just decided to come out and speak on it and say, Kodak, you ain't no street, blah, blah, blah. You never was. Now, backstory on Boosie, I think he beat like a double homicide. He beat something. He took the stand.
Yeah.
And had he would have lost, he would have got the death penalty. Like Boosie would have got the death penalty. But he never folded, he never snitched, and he wound up winning. So when Boosie sees something fugazi on the court side, he has right to talk about it because he beat for now, because I know he going back for something else. Like he's got caught with some guns or something. But that's one thing. But what he beat the death penalty for real.
Okay. See, that's so real.
Whenever you hear Boosie talk about something like this, it's because he comes from a place of experience. So if he don't like something, I think he has green light. A lot of people who's never been in that situation talk about snitching, and Boosie has actually earned his stripes in it. So when Boosie saw that Kodak Black decided to do a record with 6ix9ine, he went out on him, like verbally told him he wasn't, no real street dude, and he working with rats. So Whack 100 chimed in because he is managing 6ix9ine and said, yo, he made $1 million. He paid him $1 million to do the song with him, right? And Kodak Black's energy was, I'm getting money, F y'all. So that's where we're at with it. And the reason why I said I wanted to talk about this is because, and Boosie was just like, well, if you do that for $1 million, imagine what you do for 4. You'll probably take it up the butt, stuff like that. That's what Boosie said to him. Which is kind of, in my mind, true. Because I think I mentioned this last week on the pod, but I was doing an episode with my aunt, Mama Yoga, and she was just like, people always says the root of evil, money is the root of all evil. And that's not really the quote. The greed of money
is more to it,
is the root of all evil. So if you're doing something that you don't want to do, or that something that you don't believe in, but somebody gives you a bag, that's bad. There's nothing good.
There's
nothing good around.
If you jeopardize your morals and your integrity for money and shit like that, like nothing, like you said, nothing good comes from that. Like no good karma, no good energy. That shit is all. It's like I understand it. I get it. Know what I mean? We black. We trying to get it to it. You feel me? Niggas don't. It's hard. Like I get it, but I don't know, man. That's a touchy subject for me, man.
Well, for you, maybe, but for Kodak Black, he was one of them guys at one time. So whatever he did wrong, you find
allegedly.
No, Kodak was one of them guys. He was one of them young boys coming up.
Yeah, before he went to he started
doing some things that he couldn't sustain.
Yeah,
he came in the game with the 21 Savage and the NBA young boys. They still cooling,
and he was right on par.
He was right on par. Boys.
Yeah,
and he felt off. So when you fall off now, you desperate. Like why don't let's not act like we don't know? Because if he had millions of dollars, you can turn down records, you can turn down features, you can turn down shows. Hey, I don't want to do that. But if you're going to tell me, if you're going to just flash money and be like, yo, bro, that's telling me that you're in a bad position in life because you had access to millions of dollars. So why are you going to do something that you don't stand on for 1 million? Now, maybe Kodak Black really isn't from those streets, or maybe the youth don't value ratting like older
Man,
generation.
they don't, man. Listen, they value the bag over everything, bro. It's
Yeah.
got money is God now, bro. Money has reached like God status now. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like niggas, it's so crazy. Like, I don't like we chase this shit every day, bro. Every single day. And it's only supposed to be used as a tool, bro. Like this shit is a tool. Like, but
Yep.
niggas worship this shit, bro.
Yep. And if somebody, and $1 million is a lot of money, but once again,
But it ain't though. Once you tax that shit, bro, and you it shit
but
ain't a lot no
that's
more.
my point, because he's going to need another million. Like that, you didn't win the game.
Right.
You didn't win because you
Right.
got $1 million to do a verse. So
I mean, that's easy money. That's easy money though. Like, bitch, you can say anything, bitch. Like, I say anything. And send
yeah,
that shit.
but knowing his, but you could do a few shows and get that.
Right. If you smart, if you hot, if you hot, if
I
you one of
think
them boys,
I think
if you
he
got a
has.
fan
I
base,
think he can do. I think he can. I think he can, go on a few shows and make that money and be true to himself. I don't have to do, because when people ask people questions, I look for people to use their words. So when you ask like a Kodak Black, hey, you did such and such with such and such, and all they do was flash money, you're telling me what I need to know.
yeah,
He asked you.
yeah.
You like come out and say it. Listen, man, 6ix9ine is my man, or I'm a fan of his, or whatever happens between, say something. But to just say,
Or he telling you he did it for the money, bro. It's for the money.
yep,
Like, so, like my thing is this shit kind of hit home like a little bit, like dealing with that kind of energy and stuff, man. I'm not getting to specifics and anything like, but just like that shit, the if the rat affiliation type shit,
mm-hmm.
that's kind of hard, bro. That's hard, man. Like,
Well, yeah, it's hard and it's different if you're dealing with friendship, family. We're talking about two artists who possibly had no type of connection or relationship. So it's like I don't even
yeah.
need to do nothing with you. Like we don't make the same type of music. You gotta understand too, artistically.
I mean, they kind of. I mean, listen, bro. $1 million, and who offered who? Who came to who with it? Takashi asked him to do it, and he told this nigga $1 million, and they cut the check. Like, is that how it went down?
I think that it would. I don't know, because either way,
Or did Kodak, or did Kodak be like, "Yo, I'm gonna be the first nigga to get you back on"? You know what I mean, first nigga to fuck with you, $1 million. You know what I mean,
I think it could. I think it could have worked that way, because if I'm Takashi, I don't have faith. Because think about it, if I'm Takashi, I don't have faith in any of y'all working with me. So why am I calling y'all? Think about it. I'm not. I don't have the faith in me calling one of y'all
right?
and say, "Yo, do this record with me." Now, let's just say, for shits and giggles, that's how it went. Kodak was Kodak. Hey, $1 million. I'm bullshit. What? $1 million cash. Click. He ain't got it. He ain't got it. And he called you
He
back.
ain't got it,
Yo,
and he pulled up.
Yo, what you? I got it. Hey, I might do it.
Man, listen, man. I don't like. I don't know, man. Like, I'm glad I'm not in that situation, man. I'm glad it's not me, man. That's all I can say, man. More power to them. More power to Kodak for getting his little bread, for swindling this young boy out of $1 million to sing some gibberish on the track. You get what I'm saying? The shit probably ain't going nowhere. That shit gonna be on a treadmill, bro. That shit going nowhere, bro. Like,
throw Kodak some bell. Let's piggyback off what you're saying. I think, because I hear something what you're saying a little bit. Let's bring it home though. After the song is done, Kodak can just be like, "Yeah, I got my money. I'm gone. Like I used you. The song is trash. It ain't going nowhere. You're not gonna recoup your money. I just made $1 million off 16."
But that might be his last $1 million he make off music, because who gonna want to fuck with him after this? Like, who he gonna get to rap with him after he do this record with Takashi?
Let's keep it a stack though. And $1 million for a verse is nasty work. Nobody's ever given him.
That's crazy. That's Jay-Z. That's Jay-Z numbers, yo. Like, he whole charge a bitch that.
I never known for anybody to get $1 million for a verse, fam. I don't know. I know Jay-Z might have got five. I think he said he got 500,000 to do a song on. It was the "Come Here, Baby, You Drive Me Crazy."
Man, remember on Encore? He told you. He said after you leave versus 16s is 1.2. I'm only doing 2. I mean, he said it in Encore, bro.
Yeah,
But
but
he
that
don't
money,
charge versus people
but
he's
that
on for
money
them.
comes from the label though. I don't know who gave
Yeah.
Kodak this $1 million. That might have just been out of his piggy bank, fam. I'm telling you, fam. There's this. He doesn't. There is. You cannot recoup that. You cannot recoup that. Because if I'm a label,
Nah, remember they gave Danny a bag. Remember when he was locked up? That,
who?
what was it? A1 Records or somebody. Remember we talked about this on the pod, man. A1, some record label, 360. Somebody they gave this man $10 million or some shit. Remember when he was locked up?
How long ago was that?
We did it on. Man, that was like 2 years ago, maybe 2-3 years
If
ago.
he took $1 million out
Something
of
like
that 10, if he took $1 million out of that 10, he is the dumbest guy. He is the stupidest guy on this planet, fam.
He spent but look, who else would have he probably offered everybody that $1 million.
That's
Bitch,
my
like
point. That's
no.
my point.
He offered everybody that $1 million.
I'm about to rob him quick.
He probably offered everybody that $1 million, and everybody said, "Nah, we good, bro. We don't
That
want
is
that."
the easiest $1 million anybody has ever made. Just get on the track, go quick 16, and a throwaway too. A throwaway, yo. I was never going to use this verse for nothing anyway. Turn a trash verse
This shit
to
not
$1
gonna
million.
go nowhere because So okay, let me ask you this, right? So remember how R. Kelly had his controversy in the early 2000s, and it came back with Chocolate Factory, one of his best records ever, one of the best R&B records ever. Do you think I know I'm reaching. Do you think Tekashi can do that? And if we in a place where he can do that musically?
Yeah, he can.
Like,
yeah. Reading the comments on YouTube, a lot of the kids are like, y'all would do the same thing. Like, as far as like snitching, like a lot of these kids don't, his audience isn't, he might have been repping a Brooklyn set or something like that, but those aren't his fans. His fans are just because every kid in the world has YouTube now. So he's not talking to no hood. Like, let's be honest. Nobody in that neighborhood or the surrounding neighborhoods was like, yo, Tekashi is talking for me. So when he was selling all these records, nobody in the hoods were like, yo, this kid it. He wasn't Bobby Shmurda. He wasn't them. He wasn't Pop Smoke. His fan base is not from the hood. So if you actually look at one of his videos or something that he's on, you can see the kids or the people, generally people just saying, hey, y'all will do the same thing. Y'all will do the same thing. And so he can, if he makes a good record, it's going to go because there is more of them than it is people of us. Like he's crossed over. He's gone. It's just that when he did, he's even overseas making like Spanish music now, bro. Like he's doing some shit, bro. Why he's coming back to rap, I don't know. But he's over there doing some crazy shit, fam.
So he really is getting back to it though, like how he was before he got locked up and all that.
What he's doing is he's not gang banging on wax no more, and he's not talking shit, but he's making music over there. Like he's actually singing, dancing. Like he's doing this. He's doing something over where he's at. I don't know where he's at, but he's doing something because he's adapted. I'm not even trying to give him credit, but he's adapting to where he's at.
No, I get what you're saying.
He's not doing the red bandana. That was just an act. Now my next performance, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be Puerto Rican. Maybe he is. He's some type of Spanish. He
is Spanish. I think his last name Fernandez or some shit.
So he's Spanish. So him going over there and doing Spanish music, why not? Now, why he's want to do another rap song? He probably just can't stay away. Just stay over there, fam. Yeah, one of the videos he like in the I don't know, fam. I seen it is somehow.
I haven't given this dude no energy since I seen a video with him when he was talking about why he told and shit. Like he was on somebody's platform and shit. Like I ain't really paying no attention. So this was shocking to me that he was still making music. Like I didn't even know that. Like I didn't even know he still had that kind of bread till I just thought about it. Like they did cut him a check like 10 mil. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So last thing on the docket. The 2023 Emmy Awards postponed as strike shakes up TV industry.
Yo. This is nuts, yo.
It is. But it's a necessary nuts. It's definitely necessary. You know when you be watching Netflix or like some type of streaming service and you get hyped that your favorite show is on there? it's a good chance that your favorite actor or the actor that's on that show or the whole cast, they're not really getting really paid from that streaming service. It's kind of like music. Because what used to happen was you would
Right.
have a TV show that would run reruns on a syndicated
And
channel.
then that's how you got your paid.
That's how
Yep.
you get paid.
Yep.
And it's just like the music industry where you sold some CDs, you got paid. They don't know how to pay artists streaming wise. So everybody takes these pennies. They just don't know how to stop because they don't have no type of union. And in the music industry, they actually search out the poor and they give them a few money up. They give them money up front. So everybody's balling. So the artists, when the streaming services came, the artists couldn't strike. They don't have a union for one. And number two, they'll just go find more. They'll go find more
Right.
people willing to put it on the line. And as far as the actors goes, there's a union. And from my understanding, they told anybody that breaks this strike can never be let into the union. So,
Damn.
yeah.
They
So
not playing.
anybody right now that's kind of like suffering because the money stopped, you're going to have to just find another means of entertainment in order to pay yourself because the union isn't playing. Because once again, when you turn on the Netflixes, when you turn on the HBO Max and things like that, and Martin Lawrence is on air, Fresh Prince is on air, it's not necessarily there's a check coming from those services, and that's kind of what
Dave told us. Yeah, Dave told us and shit. Now I mean, they buy them from the TV studios or whatever, and they just run them.
ain't that kind of what happened? What did Dave Chappelle show? Right, like he saw his show on Netflix.
He saw his shit on Netflix and HBO Max, bro.
And he told him don't watch it.
He was just like, bitch, don't. He told us don't watch it because he wasn't getting paid off of it.
Yeah,
They wasn't trying to give him no bread, but then Netflix paid him. And I don't know what HBO did, but they took that shit off though.
Yeah.
Netflix paid him though.
I do see that Insecure is on Netflix, and that was something worked out between Issa Rae and Netflix. And hopefully, I'm not hopefully because I know Issa Rae is a genius. They took care of her some way, somehow, but that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So people get hyped when they go, "Oh, Moesha's on Netflix. Oh, Hanging with Mr. Cooper's on Netflix." They're not getting paid.
Right. That's fucked up.
They're not saying
That's
nothing
crazy.
on that. And that's kind of like how that's how they used to get paid. That's why, like the Cosby Show, how much bread you make off that? That's why they was upset. Like, yo, fam, we started the show in the 80s, and that thing ran 90s, 2000s, 2010.
Like,
that's a check. Michael Jamal Warner hasn't had to act.
Oh shit, man!
Yeah, he really had to act.
He had to do shit. Yeah, exactly. No, but you absolutely right though, bro. You absolutely right, bro. Them checks stop. I mean, it's still some cable channels and shit that still run reruns and shit like that. So they still getting some type of checks, you know what I mean? But
they gonna
for the most part,
out.
niggas don't watch because because TV is becoming like, bro, I don't even have cable. Like, what's the point?
Yep. So now think about it. If your favorite show, and I'm just gonna keep it on Netflix. I'm not saying Netflix is doing bad business, but if your favorite show was on Netflix and you got the whole 6 seasons of it on Netflix, but BET is only playing one episode at a time, I might go to the Netflix version.
You're going to go to Netflix. No commercials. Like, yeah, I get it. So the writers are on strike.
Yep. And the actors. Yep. Writers and actors. It started with the writers. It started with the writers, and now the actors are.
So they wasn't getting paid.
No, it's about no. It's about going forward though, because AI is about to take over. There's a lot of changes happening. So I don't really know the entire gist of it, but it's a lot of things changing. So the writers wanted to get a hold of things, a understanding of what's happening, what's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? So that's basically where it's at. Yep. And I'm here for them. Unfortunately, you're not really going to see too many others do it because they just not built like that. They're not really built like that. But now TV is going to suck. I remember a while ago when they did this strike, a lot of our favorite TV shows suffered because you had like fill-in writers, but you can't even do that right now. I don't think you can create anything.
Yo, they said 11,500 screenwriters went on strike. Started May 2nd this year.
Mm-hmm.
Largest interruption since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Issues in the strike. It's I don't know. I gotta
You
read
know what's
this
going
all.
to happen? You know what's going to happen, right? More reality TV, more black people doing dumb shit for the camera,
Yo,
more people fighting.
Sony, Amazon, Apple, Lionsgate, NBC, Universal, Netflix, Paramount, Global, Sony, Disney, and motherfucking Warner Brothers. All of them is affected. Damn. That's everybody.
Yep.
Damn.
And I hope they get everything that they're asking for. But at the same time, I mean, I don't watch TV anyway, fam. Honestly, like sometimes I'll be forgetting. I'm at the point in my life where I was like, yo, I didn't even turn the TV on today. Or it could be on in the background, like which it is, and I don't know what I'm watching. It's just on. So
background filler and shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's on, but I don't know what is I'm actually watching.
But
so.
you know, that's movies though. But that's movies though, right? Like movies moving forward, like they got to write scripts and all that shit, right?
Movies and TV shows. So all of our like good thing Snowfall is off. Imagine if we would have got trash right after Snowfall, it would have been hot.
We did though. It was a tiger in the hood. Remember?
Yeah, they was wilding, but we went out with a bang though. But the rest of these shows, like,
they brought it home.
Like I don't know what you watch today, but if your favorite show is in jeopardy, all the shows are in jeopardy.
I watch wrestling, bro.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yep. WWE wrestling, and AEW is not in. It's not in the picture, bro. So
wrestling and sports got you covered. Wrestling and sports got you covered.
Maybe some documentaries or something, man. Like you feel me? Like I never was a big like ever since sitcoms stopped, bro. I really stopped watching TV like that. You know what I mean? Like remember everything was all sitcoms. You know what I mean? Now it's just reality TV and dramas and crime shows and fucking wizard shows and shit. All like that shit weird. Like,
I think even with documentaries, you need a writer. I think because you need somebody to piece it together. Or no, you just can't have just somebody. Oh,
I mean, AI. Somebody got to put the shit together.
Oh no, you can do AI.
Yeah, get a chat box. Yeah, get a chat.
Yeah, you can do
this AI. So where do you see AI in the next year? How you see it taking over, like what we do and what's in the world right now?
Nothing
like, is it like
nothing the next year? I don't think nothing that's happening is going to dictate our generation. I think we'll see it, but AI can definitely. Yeah. We'll be out of here. I mean, our kids and their kids, fam, it's going to be a different world. And so, like, anything you teach them can go out the window because they're already trying to get rid of money. They're already trying to get rid of so many things. So you and I could be sitting here trying to build generational wealth. But by the time the wealth comes, it's not going to matter because there's not even going to be money on this planet.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be worth what you're worth. You get what I'm saying? And no more credit cards, debit cards. You're just going to have like your finger or a fingerprint or your eyes. And it's like
they've been trying to do that. They've been trying to give us the chip and all that.
Mm-hmm. Like you'll be able to eat food based on just your personal value, and then the food is all fake now for some reason. Like Bill Gates want to create fake food, a fake farm. Like I don't understand why we're doing the things that we do, but that's the stuff that bothers me to talk about because it's knowing where we're going.
It's a shame because because it's fucked up.
Aliens. They just admitted aliens. In real, like they just admitted it's aliens, even though
we 40 years old, bro. Listen, right? It's aliens is real. The moon landing was fake, like a motherfucker. AI is here now, and we eating fake food.
Eating fake food.
We about to this shit weird, yo. And they got the cure to every disease, but they just want to just keep feeding you medicine and not cure you, but keep it's all money, all money. Just like you said, the greed
is money. Big pharma,
shit, crazy, bro. And this the world we live in, though.
Yeah,
this the world we live. That's why I listen to Max B, and I drink my Remy, and I just chill. You feel me?
Listen, I wish there was a better way we can exit out of this pod, but there isn't. Just take care of yourself, drink water, read some books, and we're gonna survive this show.
Nah, this is what I'm reading right now, shit though, yo. Just so you know,
Good
shit.
read, good read, good read.
Reading that one right now, so you know.
I'm reading. I forgot what it's called, but I'm reading something too. All right, get you a book, read, drink some water. You don't got
at least 10 pages a day. At least 10 pages a day, man. I know life is hectic and shit, man, but I read to my kids today and shit before they left and shit. Nah, man, I read them 2 chapters out of Paul Robeson, but they going to Paul Robeson next year. You know, their last name is Robeson. That's we descendants and all that. They gotta know who he is. So they got the book now, man. I'm teaching them about who he is and all that. But reading is fundamental, bro. I read for leisure. I mean, I love to read.
You find out a lot about yourself, depending on what you're reading, but you find out a lot about yourself. Like reading helps you put pieces together. Like, oh, I didn't know that and that made that, and that's why I might be doing that. And if I change this, that, and the third, so like read. Like you got to read what you got to feed your hunger pains. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying pick up a book and read it if it has nothing to do with your journey. It has nothing to do with life. Like me, I love self-help books. I love self-improvement because we're men. And one thing about us is one thing that we're addicted to is self-improvement. Like the better we are, the better.
Should be.
Yeah, bro. If you're not invested in self-improvement one way or another, whether that's reading, physical fitness, diet, health, because then you got to give the message to your family. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be like, there's no way you could be 100% happy with the income you make. You can't be 100% happy with the roof for anything. There's always room for improvement. You know what? Like, how can I get better? Whatever that is, that what drives us. So
I agree.
As a man, sometimes you got to be selfish because without you improving, the family under you does not improve. People that are next to you might not understand why you got to take a few minutes to yourself. They can be selfish because they want all your attention or they don't trust your idle mind. And to tell you, that's their problem. If your girl does not allow you a few hours to yourself because she doesn't trust you or she has attachment issues, you have to let her deal with it. She's not going nowhere. And if she does, she wasn't there for you. Men, we have to stop being afraid. And not saying that we are, but we have to stop being afraid of taking time out for ourselves because if we're not right, none of them will be. And that's the fact. Episode 177 of the Barz and Shotz podcast. You got any last words? You're gonna.
He had to leave us out on a good note, dog. That's good shit though, bro. I feel you though. That's good shit though. Like all gems.
Men, do you? I can't stress that enough, man. They will be there when you get back because when you die, they will learn to live without you. I can keep going, fam. They will move on. They will mourn you for a day, for a week, for a month. They will move on. And however they need to get by, they'll figure out a way to get by. Because somebody else is going to come and fill in the gaps that you left. So do you, fella. Do you. Episode 177 of the Barz and Shotz podcast. Let me find my gunshots. And we are